Brandon Cutler here from AEW, and I hope you guys have an awesome podcast with the MonsterCast.
What's up, you guys? Sean Ross Sapp, Fightful here. You're watching the MonsterCast with Jack and Ryan. A big shout out to those fellas. Good people. Check them out.
Here's your host of the MonsterCast, the Straight Edge Monster, Jack and Ryan.
So here's the thing. When the news came down that she was stepping down again, everybody just assumed that, hey, she's just doing what she did before she got brought back up. But then she also added in the fact that she was resigning altogether, which is what everybody was like, holy shit, what is happening? Now there's reports coming out that her and Vince did not see eye to eye when it came to aspects of the company and stuff like that. Her and Triple H don't want it to be sold and stuff. What do you think about Stephanie being out of the picture completely now? Like, legit out of the picture now?
A little weird. It tells me that there's not really that much of a plan for Vince to leave the company to her. Or there is, and she's just like, fuck it, I'll get it when you're gone. So I guess you can't really lean much one way or the other from there. But it is weird to not have her involved in the company at all anymore. And apparently a lot of the talent were like pretty down on that. They said that she was really good for the company and, you know, was pretty interactive with them and stuff. And a lot of
the women's stuff. Yeah, I saw a lot of stuff about the women's division possibly going majorly downhill now because of her absence.
And she was pretty involved in it. But, you know, you would think that Triple H wouldn't let it go downhill either. I know she had
to does Triple H get spread too thin? That's the problem.
Well, that's the same thing that I was saying about Tony Khan buying WWE. I'm like, bro, he's already having a hard time just setting up ROH shit, let alone folding all the WWE talent into it. It'd be crazy.
Well, that's why I made the joke that, hey, he should just sell it back to Triple H and Stephanie after they cut Vince out. That's what he should do. Just sell it to them. Like, hey, you guys can run it, but under the condition that we get one joint pay-per-view a year for the remainder of our existences. Like, that would be cool as fuck.
And I get to book it.
Well, I mean,
no.
But that would have been fucking hilarious. I mean, obviously that's too many moving parts and it'll never happen. But that was my dream booking because we said, at one company owning everything is just not good for the business in total. So that was my way to get around Vince and still have Triple H and Stephanie have it, and then we all as fans get to have our our major forbidden door that we wanted between the two companies or whatever, which would be badass.
Speaking of forbidden doors, did you see that? It's Darby Allin versus Kushida.
Yeah.
Jesus
By the
Christ.
way, I was going to ask you, where was Kushida at Wrestle Kingdom?
I don't know.
I was surprised he wasn't in that junior heavyweight title match.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm hyped for that.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I know that he's got a GCW match coming up against But yeah, I don't know. So the Stephanie McMahon stuff, we kind of already touched on it, but there were backstage reports that they were having communication issues. They had to use Nick Khan as an intermediary between her and Hunter on one side and Vince on the other side, which is fucking crazy, kind of. Like to not be aware that the influence that you're trying to exert is causing that much stress on your family, and like to the point that you have to have somebody talk between you to get messages across, is fucking insane to me. But, you know, he seems like the kind of person who's not a great communicator. So, like, he's a good communicator for what he wants, but he's not a good communicator for compromises or, like, hearing others' points of view that aren't yes men to him, apparently. So, you know,
from Fightful, by the way, I will say this, because you had mentioned the buffer part, which is accurate. Fightful also added that it was noted to them by several sources at WWE headquarters that when Stephanie's team was dismantled, a usually composed Stephanie was disheartened and frustrated about how it happened. So she had a team, and then they got fucking annihilated, lit up by Vince and company. So, and she couldn't do nothing about it, basically. So that was another reason why.
First time that
I don't know if that's
resigned?
why she left the first time, possibly. It could have been also a reason why she left the first time. And then when she came back as CEO, after Vince stepped down, she probably brought a bunch of those people back, and now they're probably gone again. And she was like, nah, fuck this. I'm tired of doing this.
Yeah, I feel like, that might be, I mean, definitely part of it. She knew he was coming back and was like, fuck, I'm not doing this But do you remember the first time she resigned? There was a bunch of articles that came out that basically were like shitting on her performance in that role. They were just like, she wasn't.
Well, but there's a lot of people that came out for her that actually worked for the company that said that wasn't true. Not Vince's people. Now
Right.
we know that those were Vince's people because they were trying to get her the fuck out because they were ass kissing Vince, right? But as far as talent and shit goes, they're like, no, that's not fucking true. We love Stephanie.
Yeah, as weird politics to have between family members. It feels like, especially
By the
when
way,
you're
out of the three, between Stephanie, Triple H, and Vince, Stephanie's the best like actual person, like humanly, she's the best person. Like Triple H has all the past stuff with burying people back in the day, and Vince is obviously, we all know Vince's shit. I think Stephanie is like literally from top to bottom the best person out of the three, and that would be the person I would have run it, honestly.
Well,
As far as what we know, obviously.
we have less insight into her as a person. But here's the thing too: you don't grow up with a dad like that and turn out real normal. So it's entirely possible she's done some bad shit too, but we'll probably never hear about it. It's just different. And that's complete speculation. But like, the whole thing is actually, it makes me a little sad. It's just like, God damn, dude, you're 77 years old and like are so desperately clinging on to your baby that you're fucking up communication with your actual baby. Like it's so weird to me. But
It's clearly
prideful man.
it's clearly one of those situations where you love what you created more than you love what you created. Like it's fucking weird, dude. It's fucking crazy to me.
Yeah, it's a little weird.
Crazy to me. When you could give the thing that you created to the person that you created, like, and it could keep going. That's so fucking mind-boggling. Why would you want somebody that you don't know running the company that you spent so long to build?
Because he thinks that as part of whatever deal he makes, that he's going to be able to say, "Well, I want you to keep me in power." Sort of like the Dana White UFC thing when he sold to the I always forget their names, but the brothers. He was like, "Well, I'd like to be kept on, like in a pretty big role. You'll own it. It'll be your company. I won't own it anymore. I'm selling it to you, but I'd like to still be here to do booking and like booking the matches and like be the president or face of the company or whatever." He might.
But how much baggage did Dana White have at that time when that happened?
Not a ton. Like he'd said a bunch of stupid shit in public before, but nothing crazy. Like
nothing like this. That's my point.
Yeah.
And it wasn't like Vince. It's not like we mentioned earlier in the first segment of the show. It's not like Vince is going to run out of money before he passes away.
Dude,
so it's irrelevant.
He wouldn't run out of money. Hold on, I want to pull this figure for you.
That's why I'm saying he's killing his own company for no other reason than just to kill his own company.
Here's what people don't understand about having $1 billion. You could spend $5,000 a day for over 500 years before you run out of money. $5,000 a day before you run out of money. He's 77 years old. This man's got like 10 years left, probably, maybe less. And people are acting like, oh, well, maybe he just wants his money. He's got his fucking money. You want your money? You want to keep majority of the fucking company too? Sell 10% of the shares. You wouldn't, like, it's so fucking insane to me, dude.
Yep, money and power do crazy shit.
But that's what I'm saying. I don't think it's about the money at all for him. I think it's literally like, this is my creation. I didn't think it could live without me, and now I'm fucking pissed off that it is. And I'm going to come back and take control of it because it's hurting my fucking ego. That's literally what it is to me.